Hey, my name's Anthony.
My name's Alex.
And we are
the PTA Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in for another episode of the PTA Podcast. We are back.
We're back.
All right. We've got a couple of controversial things that we want to talk about today.
I've been really looking forward to this episode.
Yeah. Two things we're going to cover today, guys. Number one is, do gyms... Can you stop?
Okay.
Trying to stop.
Yeah.
Do gyms really care about members' results or just membership fees? That's the first thing we're going to go over. Second one is the fitness industry lying to you about weight loss? All right?
That's going to be a rabbit hole and a half.
Well, we've got 20 minutes. We're going to keep it capped at 20 minutes, okay? So,
Who you fooling, brother? We're Lebo. We can't stick to 20 minutes.
Ben's here is going to be doing one of these ones to let us know about timing, so we're all right.
All right, let's do it.
Now, what's your take? Do gyms really care about members' results or just the membership fee?
It's hard to say.
Before you start, I want you to talk about the gym that you work. Don't drop the name of the gym, but the gym that you worked at, because you went in two places. Like one was one name, and it went into another whole different company when they shifted, and then you came to me.
All right.
So tell me about the experience between the three.
Between the three.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I'll tell you about mine.
All right, done.
Because I worked at a few gyms before I had mine.
Yeah, hard. Very true. The first one, which we were working at together.
Yeah. I got in the job, by the way.
Yeah, hard. Respect. Older brother duties. The first one, I have to admit, for a very big period, was about the members. And it was about the members feeling better, looking better, and it was a really tight-knit community.
700 members, everybody knew each other's
yeah,
names.
man, like it was such a, bro, we used to love working there. It was so good. And yeah, it was all about community. It was all about just, everyone feeding off each other's energies, whether it was just, them training in the commercial gym, whether it was doing classes, whether it was just, the ladies in the creche or being behind it doesn't matter where you were in the gym or what you were doing. It was just, it was all about the members and just driving that culture and that community of just being, a family.
It was good. It was really good.
That then slowly changed when it got taken over by a different company, and it literally just became about the dollar. It became about getting as much money out of the members as possible. It became about not looking after the equipment and not updating or maintaining equipment because, it costs too much, it still works, look, it still works, it's fine. It became about, cutting costs and, getting rid of trainers who the members really, really, really loved, but they were, too expensive for them, so they'd get them out and get someone who's fresh out of TAFE that was, minimum wage. It literally just became about a dollar figure and not about the members anymore, and the members felt that, and that's why a massive, massive chunk ended up leaving, and I know for a fact that company now is not doing really well and is going to be in liquidation very soon. And it comes back to the fact that they literally just prioritize making money. And don't get me wrong, I totally understand that every business needs to, create a profit, and obviously, understand their whole financial situation, but not at the cost of what a gym is about or what our industry is about, where it comes to literally caring for a person, or caring for your members, or caring for your community, worrying about their health, because that's what we're in this industry for in the first place. I'm talking, it literally got that much about a dollar that the manager didn't even care about his own health and didn't care about the picture that he was painting within the gym, where he literally was behind the desk, peak hour. We're talking 6 o'clock at night. For every gym across Australia, 6 o'clock at night is peak, right? Everyone's finished work, they go straight to the gym. And he's sitting there no word of a lie, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I know that we spoke about flexible dieting in a previous episode and blah, blah, but this guy had a gut out here, right? Scruffy beard, skinny arms, so we'll call it skinny fat. And he had a large pepperoni pizza.
What is it with you and pepperoni? Everything's pepperoni pizza.
This guy had a pepperoni pizza, all right? Because I was eyeing it out, I was like, it looks pretty good. A 600ml bottle of Coke and hot chips. And I wish I was making this up, but I wasn't. Because I came in, because I was training myself. I wasn't working that night. I was training myself. And I came in, and from the top of the stairs, I saw him. He was munching this pizza and licking his fingers and shit. And I was like, brother, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
It's not a good look.
Right? It is not a good, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It is not a good look. And the fact that he was sitting there with no care in the world, and you could see, because you remember the top of the stairs of that, and you look out and you can see everyone. Everyone was looking at him like, really? Like, really? You know what I mean? And let's be real. We've got people in there that want to lose weight. The last thing they want to see is the manager of the gym munching down a bottle of Coke and a pizza and hot chips.
Well, the thing is, when you manage a gym, one of the things that I learned very quickly is if you're in a manager role, you're in a leadership role. So what you do, what you say, how you act,
It's everything.
is really important because you do need to lead by example.
100%.
So the biggest example I can give you is myself. When I was at my worst in business, I was the worst leader. When I've been at my best in business, I've been the best leader that I can possibly be. And everything around that, about what I do, when I think about that, is it just follows.
Yeah.
So if we are going to eat something that's, for example, off plan, I purposely don't have it at work because my work is associated with me being professional.
100%.
I associate myself having a pizza as me at my off time, the way I'm not being professional.
100%.
Right? And the reason for that is because I'm trying to fake it. But I understand that some people just need the slightest reason to not do something and they'll take it and they'll run with it.
Oh, look, my coach is doing that. Why can't I do that?
Well, the thing is, you don't want to me, bringing in crap food and eating it and not living by the standards that you want everybody else that is paying you to be there to live by, it's not setting a good example.
100%.
So when somebody is looking for a reason to stop, all they need is that bad example and they'll take it with both hands and run. He's obviously too silly to understand that. If he doesn't understand it and doesn't care, he shouldn't be in the industry.
Well, and that's what I mean. That literally showed me at that moment that his whole mindset around his business and the gym was, as long as I've got money coming in, who cares? And it's like, no, bro, that's not how it works.
Well, let me cut in there. This is the biggest reason why the rise in boutique gyms has become so big.
Yeah.
And the rise in, there's gyms that promote community and standards and morals, values has become so popular over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
How did I get people to leave the Anytime Fitness, what is it, $17 a week or whatever membership, maybe a little bit more now, or under $30 a week membership and pay a lot more with us?
Yeah, exactly.
How?
Right.
Because of what
Community
we
and
promoted,
culture.
the standards that we set, right? And the fact that people are looking for human interaction. They're looking to feel like they belong to a community where they're heard, listened to, and where they're valued for who they are and not just seen as a number.
Exactly.
So I guess my take on this, actually I'll let you finish because I know what you're going to get to, then I'll just continue on from it.
Yeah, no, so and then pretty much, like I said, it showed me at that moment who he was and where his head was at when it came to, the community that we had. And like I had said before that, a lot of people had left, a lot of people were leaving. And it just did not become a really nice environment to be in. And I think I only lasted there like a month. And then pretty much got out of that and started working with you.
Yeah, I remember the conversation. I said, "Are you happy there?" And he said to me, "No."
But I hated it.
It was longer than a month because it was about 6 months in to PTA, and that's when I got you on. It was a lot longer than a month.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Right, it feels like I was only there for a month.
No, you were there for a lot longer.
6 months too long.
Yeah, anyway. So that's when I got you to work with me.
Yeah, and so I started working with you, and it felt like that first gym all over again. You know what I mean? It felt like that first gym all over again in the sense of the community, the culture, the people, the want to help people, the energy, the vibe. It was just like it was about the member, it was about the client, it was about the person. It wasn't about what the financial state of the business was. And you can agree with me, keeping it about the person, keeping it about the member, their well-being, the culture, the community.
100%.
That's what actually drove the financial state of the business.
Well, the thing is that there's a saying that I read actually. It's funny, you read certain things, you come across things when you're in a certain mindset or thinking about stuff, and it's like I believe in God, so I feel like God puts things in my way or in my face or presents me with things to read or to see or conversations with certain people to remind me or to answer certain things for me, right? And I was worried about work, I was stressed about work, and I thought to myself, how are we going to get to that next level? And it's a constant thing that I think about. And then I read something that said, focus on the experience and the money will follow. Yeah? And the one thing about the Australian culture that irritates me to no point's end, because I don't find this in any other culture except the Australian culture, unfortunately, and I've been around the world, so I know this, is the conversation around making money.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it is a bad thing to want to make money. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And maybe it's because of a generational thing that we're taught that if you have money, then you're not a good person, or maybe that this whole thing of our faith in particular makes it hard for us to feel like earning money or wanting to earn a lot of money is seen as a good thing, because we're taught with our faith, for example, to drop everything and follow our Lord, which is what we obviously will strive to do. But how do you, for me, for many years, and even now, I sometimes question it. It's like, mixing business and our faith. Like, how do they feel like they're so polar opposite?
Yeah.
But there's actually so many commonalities there.
There's a lot.
Right?
There's actually a lot.
And I'm not going to go into that. It's not about, this podcast isn't about that. But the point of what I'm trying to get at is, when you focus on trying to help people, which is the essence of why I started my job and why I built my business and why I have certain morals and values and standards that we live by, and the way in which we operate as a team, the money just follows because the clients come. Yeah? And for us, I like the fact that there is no commercial gym in my street. I'd feel sorry for a commercial gym if they came to my street, because they wouldn't survive.
Yeah. Because
the community that the jiu-jitsu place has built, the Pilates place has built, we have built, Paris's place, the Yard has built, the F45 have built up the road. The communities that each of us have, a commercial gym will never be able to compete.
No way.
The only way that they'll be able to compete is by saying two things. You got 24-hour access and we're cheaper.
Yeah.
And they're hoping for that person that just wants cheaper, but goes, pays, never turns up because they're not motivated to go.
That's really what they love. Their ideal client is a person that pays and never rocks up.
So, to answer the question, are gyms more interested in members' success or members' results, or are they just after the membership fees?
It depends on the gym.
Thank you. And that's exactly what I think. I truly believe that your typical commercial gym, a lot of them are invested as heavily as a boutique gym is.
Actually, let me rephrase that. It depends on the leader of that gym.
Yeah.
Because the leader of that gym will ultimately dictate what the essence of the gym is about in the first place.
Well, I'll give you a good example about that. There's a commercial gym that I absolutely love in Maryland's. They're called Breakthrough Fitness.
Yeah.
The owner, his name is George. He's an absolute gentleman.
Legend.
He runs a commercial gym, but they have a beautiful community of everybody, and everybody in there feels valued, has a relationship with one another. At peak hour time, the vibe's great, and they all love to train and push hard, and they all pat each other on the back and motivate each other, and a lot of them compete. They have a powerlifting team that love to go and compete, right? So there are some commercial gyms out there who have the right kind of leaders that steers them in the right direction.
That's why I wanted to
There are other commercial gyms out there that don't care.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to be specific.
As long as you're willing to pay for a PT in a commercial gym, you will get
100%.
the assistance, right? Now, when we look at boutique gyms again, and why there is such a big rise in boutique gyms, is because people want that human interaction, they want to feel valued, and they want results. The higher price point instantly means that you're going to get a better service, or it should mean that, right? The lower the price point, the more basic stuff you're going to get. You're just going to get entrance to the gym, or you're on your own. I had a conversation with a lady today that signed up with us. She walked into her commercial gym years ago for the second time, and she stood there and she was just, she freaked out because of the size of the gym, the amount of machines that were in front of her, and she didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So you know what she did?
She left.
She went to the receptionist. She said,
canceled?
"Can I cancel my membership?" Mind you, she was only paying $12 a week, so it wasn't like it was expensive. So when we look at stuff like that, it tells us the way a lot of humans respond to either just being treated like a number or having somebody invested in their result, right?
100%.
Now the next question is, has the fitness industry lied to you about, or lied to the public, or however you want to term it, about weight loss? I'll give you give me your take, I'll give you my take. Now we have, let's call it 10 more minutes, and then
All right.
we're done.
I would say that it depends on who it is in the industry or what company it is in the industry, because there's a big part of our industry that is very honest and is very caring about the individual or about the person, but there is a massive part of our industry, and I'll just say it for what it is, that spits out so much bullshit when it comes to people and their goals and their health, right? And they play on the emotional triggers of people, you know. It's very annoying. It's very annoying because not that any of these companies that do that are a competition for us, and that's not me being egotistical. Because when we sit down with people and they've said, "Oh, but I've done this before, or I've heard this," and then we explain it to them, they're like, "Oh, okay." They understand, right?
Well, let me just. I want to question on that.
There you go.
I truly believe that they are competition, right? I truly believe that they are. I know what you mean when you say they're competition, as in they're not actually taking our clients from us.
Yeah.
But they're still competition.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, you're true.
Because
You're right.
they're
You're
still
right.
attracting the same
Yes.
person.
Yeah, you're right.
Or the people with the same goals as the clients that we have.
Yeah.
So, bro, Netflix is competition with us.
Yeah, true.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, true.
Because what are they stopping a client from doing?
Sleeping.
Getting good sleep to get to the gym. That company actually works against what we teach.
Yeah.
Right. Number one. Number two, when you look at any of those, rapid detox places or the shake places or the fucking the companies that only focus on calories and only calories. And if you're not losing weight on 1,200 calories, you got to go lower. They're the people that they're not being dishonest with their approach. They're just very limited in their knowledge, and that's all that they know. Because what have they done? They've automated and templated stuff, and they've forgotten that they're dealing with a human being.
Well, it's misleading as well. Like, for example, the man shake, right? Use a shake to replace food for your weight loss. And that's all you're having is a shake. I think it's like 2 to 3 shakes a day, something like that. And, it's got...
They're not lying, though, because you will lose weight.
No, 100%,
Right?
but why though? But it's misleading because they have appetite suppressants in the formula that they use.
That doesn't matter. They'll lose weight, but the problem behind of that weight loss, where is a lot of that weight coming from?
It's muscle mass.
Exactly.
And
What happens...
They become unhealthy. They become sick. They feel like
Thank
crap.
you. Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. It's misleading. It's misleading. It's misleading because they say, "Yeah, we'll help you with your weight loss," which they will. But it's misleading because it's like, "Yeah, we'll help you with your weight loss, but you're gonna become unhealthy by doing it this way."
Well,
but they won't tell you that.
Because I wouldn't call it misleading then. They're simply focusing on getting you to lose weight. They couldn't give a fuck about anything else.
Yeah.
Which is literally what they're advertising. We're going to help you lose weight. They're doing their job. The person that reads that, who's solely focused on how they look, is going to grab that because they have probably failed with everything else, and they just haven't got the headspace, or they feel like they haven't got the time to invest in going to the gym 3-4 times a week, meal prepping, staying on track. They want something simple and easy and convenient. So if this helps me get there faster without the extra effort, then I'll do it.
100%.
And so when the education comes in about the long-term damage with appetite suppressants and what happens when you stop them, then they'll realize, shit, maybe I shouldn't have done it like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Now it set me up for the long-term failure, but now I'm struggling to get through.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This is why I tell people, don't go on Duromine.
Yeah.
Don't go on Anavar. If you can avoid it, don't jump on test, right? You don't need to do that kind of stuff. Right? The reason why people do that kind of stuff is because they haven't got patience. And when you haven't got patience, you're more likely to do something stupid. And I say this not as an attack on the individual, but it's just the fact of the matter is what they're doing is actually stupid. Because it's a quick result, but they're not really understanding the long-term damage that's going to come
100%.
as a response to that quick result that they're after.
100%, and that's why I say, like, you know, those companies within our industry, they're lying because they know that they're picking and they're poking at an emotional trigger of the consumer, and they know the science behind it. They know they know what they're doing pretty much, right? Or else they wouldn't be doing it. Right, to say for what it is. They wouldn't be doing it, and they know what they're doing. And they know that the average consumer is so fixated on getting a quick result and wanting to feel better now, or wanting to look better now, or wanting to lose weight now, that they're like, yeah, sweet, no worries. This will help with the weight loss. All good, all good,
Well,
all
the
good.
thing is, we live in a society where everyone wants instant gratification. Everyone wants everything now.
And these big companies, they know that. They understand that. They have...
Marketing experts.
Yeah, like marketing experts that actually understand the psychology behind the consumer, right? And so they will formulate products based on that marketing advice. You know what I mean? And so that's where the lie in our industry comes from, where and that's why I said at the very beginning of it, depending on what company or who it is in the industry, some are very honest. You know, I love to think that we're honest about our approach with people and what we do. And there's many other our colleagues within the industry that are exactly the same. But then there's these, you know, larger people within the industry or companies within the industry that literally will lie to the consumer. You know, what do we know as Ozempic and Manjaro are massive these days, right? I'm not completely against using them, right? Or I'm not completely against people using them. I'm not completely against anything. Right? But what I am against is a doctor feeding it to someone when that person literally just has a lifestyle issue.
Thank you. You literally took the words out of my mouth.
Not a health issue.
Yeah, so the problem here is not from the consumer. It's from the person giving the
That's where the lie comes into it.
So I truly believe that our industry has a lot to answer for.
100%.
And this is why people like us and a lot of the people that we associate with in the industry are trying to change the mold.
Yep.
Right, we're trying to break away from the typical stuff of just be in a calorie deficit. If you're not in a calorie deficit, you're not losing weight, and that's your problem. What if someone is in a calorie deficit for a long period of time and they've gone the opposite way?
Yeah. It's happened to how many people that have come to us.
How many people have we had to reverse diet and get them to eat more calories over time, back to their maintenance calories, and then in that process, they're actually repairing the damage that they caused for themselves long term.
Yep.
Right, so this is where education is huge. And people need to understand that. Because if they don't understand that, what tends to happen is, sorry, I lost my train of thought. What tends to happen is they start to spiral in a negative way, and they end up going backwards with the things that they're wanting to achieve. But the worst part is all the negative impact to their health that comes along the way.
Yeah. And then on top of that as well, and Ant will agree with me on this, not just their physical, but their mental. Their mental, because their mental health cops are built in with all of this stuff, right? And we could take it from the point of view of, say someone's using the man shake, right? And they've used it for a couple months and then they stop using it because they don't have any discipline or education or anything like that. They yo-yo, they go backwards, and then it becomes worse. They put that, say, 10 kilos that they lost back on, plus another 10.
Yeah.
Right? And then psychologically, they're like down in the dumps, they're depressed, they're questioning their life, and I'm not getting deep, it actually goes deep like that. We've had people come in, sitting there, bawling their eyes out. I feel like crap, my husband doesn't look at me the same, my wife doesn't look at me the same, I feel like I'm fucking depressed, and da-da-da-da, and it's like, it all stemmed from the fact that this company misled an individual, and then it's just a negative ripple effect.
Yeah, it's sad, eh? It's very sad.
You know what I mean?
Look, guys, that's our opinions. Take it, leave it, agree, don't agree. It's just an opinion. I'll fight you. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. See you on the next one.